You're drowning in debt, so what do? Do you take advantage of the increase in your house's value to help? Well, let's go over the math to see if this makes sense or not. So let's go. Well, how much debt does the average person have? Well, it says right here about $33,000. So let's start breaking down the numbers to see if this makes sense. But first, we got to figure out where is the starting point? How much debt do we have? Now, I know this isn't your scenario in a nutshell, but it might be close. So let's get started. So we start out, like I said, the average Gen Xer has $32,000 in debt. This is just one of the things that I was able to pull up. So the average, let's go over and see, well, this breaks down, you got $32,000 debt. Well, what does it comprise of? Well, credit cards. Well, the average credit card rate right now is 19.49%. And how much in credit card debt do you have? Well, this person has $16,000. At that rate, the average throughout the whole country, minimum payment would be $413. That would take you 390 months to pay that off. That's longer than your mortgage payment. The thing we go to is auto loans. If you have a car, which you probably do, you probably fall in this category here. So in this case, we're going to use, well, what's the difference between the two? We'll just go to $500. That'll be the average there. And I'm going to show you where I'm getting at. And then next, how much does the average person owe on their mortgage? This is millennials and Gen X's is right through here is $237,000. The average interest rate, we're going to blend all these together, is going to be about 3.39 just to say. Average house price right now is $374,900. All right, so let's go and figure out the math behind all of this. So we go to my handy dandy Excel spreadsheet, and this is where I came up with. So I'm coming through and saying, okay, this is my mortgage. Let's go down through here. $237,000, that's what the national average was that we looked up, and you can, I'll try to put down all these posts or all these URLs down below so you can double check to do those fact checking. The $237,000. Auto loan, $29,000 with that $500 payment that I said. Student loan debt is on average right now $16,000 with $226 a month in payments. Credit card debt, if you have that and you owe $16,000, it's going to take you probably forever to pay that off, but the minimum payment on that is $400. So this is probably what a lot of people are looking at right now out in the economy. So it totals up all your debt to just shy of $300,000 with a monthly payments that you're setting out of $3,426. All right. Again, the national average in home values is $374,900. So in this case, we would be looking to do a complete consolidation. Let's just see if the math adds up. So we go, our house is worth $374,900 as we looked up. So we're going to do a $300,000 debt consolidation loan, and that is right here, adding up all these numbers. Okay, there's a little buffer there for some closing costs, and yes, my numbers aren't 100% to the penny, but they're pretty darn close. Average rate, I just ran it through our loan scanner. It's 4.75. That would put your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance on this loan of $1,964. Okay, so your new payment would be $1,964. Currently, you're paying $3,426. So that means you'd have a monthly reduction, $1,462. So I went over to a mortgage calculator and I start plugging in the numbers. So our new loan amount is $300,000 right up here. We have a 30-year term. The rate is 4.75 on a 30-year mortgage. So I use those numbers here. But then what I did is I went back and I said, well, let's see, how much are we saving each month? And that is right in this area here. Okay, so let's do this. The reason you probably got in this dilemma, you're overspending, or your hours got cut, or something. So what I want to do is I want to consolidate everything. You think of consolidating everything, give yourself some breathing room. Okay, you're going to save over $1,400 a month. But I don't want you just lingering and paying on all those debts for 30 years. So what are we going to do here? So my thought is, let's take that savings, and again, let's go over to the savings. It's $1,462 a month. Okay, let's take half of that, all right, half of that, and let's start applying it onto our mortgage. What would that do for us? So we go to our calculator and we send, okay, in maybe a year's time, when everything gets kind of balanced out, we start sending in extra $700 a month. Now remember, we reduced our monthly cash outflow by $1,400. We're going to take half of that and start applying it to this mortgage. What's it going to do for you? Well, look what happens. That 30-year loan just turned into a 15-year and 9-month. Okay, so you're going to pay off this lien in 15 years. Half the time it would have taken you, probably quicker than you would pay off your current mortgage now anyways. So this is just one of the ideas and the math behind how we do this for you. Now, is this your scenario? Maybe, maybe not. Is your scenario better? Well, maybe you have other reasons for your cash out. Maybe your scenario is worse. So how can we help you do all this to make it financial sense for you? So to find how much you could possibly save, give us a call. The best way to reach us is 844-775-5626. Who are we? We are the largest mortgage brokerage in the country, here to help you guys get out of your financial dilemmas. So thanks guys for watching. I hope to hear you calling. Bye-bye.